You have $0 in your savings account, maybe even negative if we're being honest. You're scrolling through personal finance advice, and everyone's telling you to invest in index funds, start a Roth IRA, buy real estate. And you're sitting there thinking, with what money? Here's what nobody's telling you. There's a path from literally $0 to $250,000 that 7.2 million Americans used last year. And it has nothing to do with crypto, side hustles, or your 401k. My name is Mason, and I spend way too much time thinking about how broke people actually build wealth. If you're someone who's tired of financial advice that assumes you already have money to invest, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing about every wealth building strategy you've ever heard. They all start with take your extra money and that's where they lose 60% of Americans. Because according to the Federal Reserve's 2023 report, 60% of people can't cover a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. So when some finance bro tells you to just invest $500 a month, you're not inspired, you're annoyed. But here's what most people don't realize. The path from $0 to your first $250,000 isn't about investing at all. It's about a single psychological shift that changes everything. The shift is this: your income isn't fixed. I know, sounds obvious, but here's the math that'll blow your mind. The median American household makes about $74,000 a year. Over a 30-year career, that's $2.22 million in lifetime earnings. Now, if you can figure out how to increase your income by just 15%, that's $11,000 more per year. You've added $330,000 to your lifetime earnings before any investing. So what's the path? It's called skills arbitrage, and it's hiding in plain sight. Here's how it works. Right now, there are 8.7 million job openings in the United States. But here's where it gets really interesting. According to a McKinsey study, 87% of companies know they have a skills gap or will within a few years. They literally cannot find people with the right skills. This creates the most insane opportunity. Learn a high-demand skill that takes 3 to 6 months to acquire, and you can jump your income by $20,000 to $40,000 in a single year. Let me give you a concrete example. Sarah, real person, I helped her map this out, was making $35,000 as a customer service rep. She spent 4 months learning SQL and basic data analysis through free YouTube videos and a $49 Udemy course. 6 months later, she's a junior data analyst making $65,000. That's a $30,000 raise in 1 year. Now you might be thinking, Mason, that's just one person. That's survivorship bias. No. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that data analysts, software developers, digital marketers, UX designers, these roles have median salaries between $65,000 and $95,000, and most of them don't require a 4-year degree anymore. They require proof you can do the work. Let's run the actual numbers to $250,000, because this is where people's minds explode. Year 0 to 1, you're at $35,000. You spend 6 months learning a new skill while working your current job. By month 6, you land a new role at $60,000. You've made about $47,500 this year. But more importantly, you've just permanently increased your earning potential by 71%. Year 1 to 2, you're now making $60,000. You saved $12,000 of that increase. Not all of it, not even half of your income, just the difference from where you were. You invested. You keep learning, keep getting better. You get a raise or switch jobs. Now you're at $70,000. Year 2 to 3, you're at $70,000. You save $18,000 this year. Your previous $12,000 has grown a bit. You're getting really good at your skill now. You switch companies again or get promoted. Now you're at $85,000. Here's what most people don't realize. By year 5, if you're strategic about learning high-income skills and switching jobs every 2 to 3 years, which is exactly what the data says you should do, you can realistically be at $95,000 to $110,000. And if you're saving even 20 to 30% of your income increases, you've got $100,000 saved. By year 8 to 10, you're senior in your field. You're making $120,000 to $150,000. And boom, you've crossed $250,000 in net worth. No inheritance, no lottery, no crypto monsot, just skills arbitrage and compound interest doing their thing. But here's the real secret, and this is what separates people who actually do this from people who just think about it. You have to be willing to suck at something new. That's it. That's the entire psychological barrier. Most people would rather be comfortable at $35,000 than uncomfortable while learning something that could get them to $65,000. There's actually a name for this. It's called the competence trap. You get decent at something, you get comfortable, and your brain starts telling you that learning something new is too risky. But here's the thing. Staying where you are is the actual risk. Look, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and learn a code. I'm saying spend 1 hour a day for 6 months learning something the market pays for. 1 hour. That's 7 episodes of The Office. That's 2 TikTok scrolling sessions. That's less time than you spent